troops, welcome back to the Litanah army. I'm Lit, and this is Fortnite Save the World. And what I want to do today is speak about this unsung hero that we've got in Bulletstorm Jonesy. Now, he is kind of, he kind of feels nerfed, as he arrived. So when we first got our hands on Bulletstorm Jonesy a while ago in one of the events, he actually felt nerfed from the get-go. One of the main reasons is, if you look at the Urban Assault HeadHunter, for example, she's a soldier everybody turns to. She's probably the top-tier soldier when it comes to pure individual damage at the moment. And we all thought Bulletstorm Jonesy was going to be the same, but obviously for wave clear, and it didn't really work out like that. The main reason being is the Urban Assault HeadHunter's got a 50% rate of fire after just one headshot. So as soon as she lands one headshot, a rate of fire jumps up by 50%. Now Bulletstorm Jonesy can only reach 48% rate of fire, but that's after 20 shots, so it's kind of procedural, it's gradual over the 20 shot period. Then he gets up to 48, making it extremely, it takes him a significant amount of time longer to get to his percentage rate of fire than it does for the Urban Assault HeadHunter. So I was reading a post on Reddit from Evanailer. He or she suggested a 5% rate of fire increase per shot up to a maximum of 100% at level 30. So when you go down to the bottom skills down here that actually make him, Bulletstorm Jonesy, if you like, you've got start faster, so increased start rate of fire by 2.4% per shot, and waste not, want not, increased ammo capacity of all weapons by 40%. Now, yeah, that's great because that keeps you firing, because if you reload with Jonesy or he has to stop to reload, then it resets the rate of fire. So this one you've got here, start faster. What we thought is, what Evanailer was saying on Reddit there, is basically that if you put a 5% increase instead on there up to a maximum of 100%, then that would actually make him much, much more viable. And 100% sounds nuts, right? A 100% rate of fire on weapons that have already got, a big rate of fire on them. It does sound crazy, but I kind of get it. I kind of understand where it's going. I do think it needs a little bit more tweaking than that. I don't think it's as straightforward as that, but what you'll find is, firstly, it would take 20 shots to attain 100% rate of fire. So that's quite a while still. You've still got the my favourite guns, and some of those have only got, a magazine size of like 50, or they might have only got 30. The Silent Spectre starts off with a really low capacity, so you would actually only get 10 shots at the 100% rate of fire, making that weapon for this guy absolutely ineffective. We would be forced to use LMGs, which are less accurate, so you'd kind of be forced towards the less accurate LMG type weapons with an increased mag size. You'd have to put big mag sizes on there and go for the LMG weapon. However, though, it would make him, more Bulletstorm. It would make him more Bulletstorm, and it would make him more viable to actually be, taken in terms of wave clear. So, I mean, the main reason he's outclassed by the Urban Assault. Let's just go over to her over here. So, if we look at the Urban Assault HeadHunter and we go down to the bottom, this is the main one, I think. Kneecapper increases the effectiveness of debilitating shot vulnerability, stacks to 9%. Then that means she's stacking up damage and vulnerability onto husks all around you all the time. Now, Jonesy's not got Kneecapper, so he's not got that. He hasn't got the, the increased effectiveness of debilitating shots on there, which would be actually really good for him. So she stacks her debilitating shots and increases damage in total by 45% when she's firing out, which is absolutely huge. Now, Bulletstorm Jonesy doesn't have Kneecapper, but he does, if we go back over to him, he does have this. He does have lingering pain, so the vulnerability effect from debilitating shots now stacks up to 5 times. The problem is it just doesn't compare to Kneecapper. So the Urban Assault and the Urban Assault's got that as well already, so she's already got that, so it's not unique to him as it is. Now, given his title, he should have a rate of fire increase, because I just think that would make him much, much more viable. I mean, imagine a 75% increase with his ammo, with his ammo conservation that he's got would make a huge difference. So you've got the Urban Assault HeadHunter who can go really hard, can go up to, what did we say, 45% increase, but then you could have Jonesy who can go up to 75%, even 100% with his ammo conservation as well, would actually make him super viable, and everybody would, I don't think he'd be OP, I just think lots of people would then want to play him because he would kind of be spraying the debilitating shots absolutely everywhere, and everybody would increase. So he'd kind of be a bit more of a team player, so he'd be more for like taking down waves and weakening waves and softening things like the smashes that come up. It'd be like, basically, he'd be softening them down by stacking up the debilitating shots on them. I mean, some of the other ideas that we talked about, on that same Reddit thread, someone said maybe about stacking a slow, so that it actually has like suppressing waves or something like that, or suppressive shots. shots, because in most games you'll find that LMGs tend to be suppressive weapons, so they're actually made for slowing things down. They're actually made to hold choke points or to hold areas up. So what you'd actually do with that, you'd actually put a slow on there that actually stacks, so it actually suppresses the husks coming in and just slows them down a little bit, meaning that everyone else can put their fire in a little bit better. Again, making him more of a team player. Kind of reminds me of the early paladins in World of Warcraft. I know I reference that all the time, but that could be pretty useful. You know, or another one that you could have is a guaranteed knockback on shot 20. So no matter what it is, be it a smasher, be it a blaster, that you've got a guaranteed knockback on shot number 20. Because that'd be good for stopping single targets. Then again, if a smasher's charging, or you've got a chrome husk, or you've got something, or you might have a really tough boss, smashing through your walls or something like that. And if you've got that guaranteed knockback every 20 shots, I mean, it might have to be more than 20 because this guy can put out an insane rate of fire, so it might have to be more than 20 shots, but something like that. But I'd love to know what your ideas are on that, guys, and what do you think would actually make Bulletstorm Jonesy, I was going to call him Stonesy Jonesy, what do you feel would make Bulletstorm Jonesy more viable to play? Because there's tons of things on there, or tons of reasons that we could use him. Do you know what, still even now, even though he has got these flaws at the minute, he can't quite reach the same levels or rate of fire as what the Urban Assault can. He can't spread the debilitating shots quite as efficiently as what the Urban Assault can, but he's still good in his own right. He has got the ammo recovery on there, and it does work now, and he has got the start faster. I mean, the good thing about Bulletstorm Jonesy is you only have to pull the trigger and his rate of fire starts increasing. It takes a bit more time, but if you've got a large mag size, you can actually get quite a lot on there. The only thing is the Urban Assault HeadHunter just has to do one headshot, and then all of a sudden she's more efficient. So let's imagine you've got 100 shots. Bulletstorm Jonesy would have to fire the first 20 bullets before he reaches his 48% rate of fire. So his last 80 shots would be a much improved, much increased rate of fire, so you'd have 80 really effective shots. The Urban Assault HeadHunter's only got to hit once, and then she's got 99 shots with an increased rate of fire. So that alone just makes her much more viable. However, if Jonesy could actually stack up a little bit higher than her, so even if he could get up to 75% rate of fire, it would actually make him 1,000 times more viable. So, okay, let's say it takes him the first 20 shots to get up there, but he actually has a 75% rate of fire, then it makes him much more viable, and it makes him someone who you would see a lot more in-game than everybody just going to the Urban Assault HeadHunter. And you know what? I can't blame everyone for going for the Urban Assault HeadHunter. I do that as well. It's the same with Dragon Scorch for the ninjas, and it's the same with, do you know what? I think Outlanders are slightly different, but it's the same with Mega Base Kyle for the constructors. Epic tends to have one go-to hero in each class at the moment, and I think it's because they're kind of broken, but not in a bad way. They're positively broken phrase, if that makes sense. So it kind of means that they're not kind of balanced as well as what the other characters are, but because it's a positive, everyone likes that character, and Epic leave it alone. Whereas this character's kind of the other way, slightly underwhelming at the moment. It definitely needs, a bit of attention. He needs a little bit of tweaking on his skills, and then this guy could be super viable in the current meta. And he could be a soldier that everybody wants. It would make the Chrome heroes more viable, because they're copies of him as well, and it would just make it so that more people want to pick up the LMGs, they want to use up the ammo, they want to actually, get them awesome guns out there, because let's face it, we all enjoy using the LMGs, they're all great to use. And personally, as if you've seen from my other videos, I'm a huge fan of like the hacksaw, also the Founder's drum roll as well, things like that. Those guns would get a lot more use out of me if I had a character like this who could stack up debilitating shots in like a crazy kind of fashion, and also have a crazy rate of fire as well. So, definitely worth it. So guys, that's everything that I've got for you right now. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on Bulletstorm Jonesy. I am fighting everything in me not to call him Stonesy Jonesy, because we've talked about Stonesy Jonesy so much this month. But guys, I would love to know, give me some ideas. Like I said, we talked about potentially having it so he's got a stacking slow on there, like suppressing shots, a guaranteed knockback maybe. But maybe there's another skill that you're thinking of that could probably replace this one. Maybe replace this start faster, to make him much more effective. So what would you put in the 25-star slot? Let me know down below, guys. I would love to know that. Guys, if you're not part of the Litanah army already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, as well, we have got a Discord. I plug it on every single video that we do, because, I like the fact that we've got so many people in there now. And it's good, if you want to find people just to play with, or you want to just discuss Save the World, or you want to discuss other games in there, we've got another game section in there. Or if you just like crazy memes, then that's the place to go to. We'd love to see you in there. Everyone's welcome. There's an open link down below as well. And finally, as well, I would like to say, recently we've just had a huge influx. It's basically doubled for me, which is a lot. I think there's 5 or 6 of you now. But, with the Patreons, I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys. I always find it, a bit overwhelming when people give me the hard-earned money. And I know it's only bits, but you know when it all adds up and you guys collectively do that, it just means a massive amount. And like I said, I've not mentioned Patreon in any other videos. It's one of them things I just have on there with the little badge at the top. But you know, it's just massive, as I said, and it's totally unprompted. You know, you guys have just done that out of the blue. I've woke up this morning to 2 or 3 more Patreons, and you know, I'm gonna do some vlogs on there as well, so talking to you guys directly. But I just wanted to put on this video a huge thank you to you guys. It's not unnoticed, you know, so I just wanted to say a huge thank you for that before we end the video. So guys, massive thanks for watching. Love to know what you think about Bulletstorm Jonesy, and I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.